Hello everyone, and this is a Astrologian up to level 40 guide. This is Shadowbringers 5.2. Oh, whoops. Hello. For the glamour set, we have the Moonlit Mogul Moglobe, the Endless Summer Glasses, Far Eastern Maiden's Tunic, the Tantalus Cuffs and Tantalus Breeches, and the Far Eastern Maiden's Boots. For the accessories, you can find them in the description as well as links to the rest. Disclaimer warning, spells, abilities, and or traits will not be shown due to progression and or reasons. With that out of the way, you will be able to see them in a dungeon example. Welcome to a Shadowbringers Skill Spotlight. Level 34, we get a Spected Benefict. Restores target's HP, cure potency of 200, but we cannot use it unless we are in a Diurnal Sect, which it also gives you a regen effect. Cure potency of 200, duration of 15 seconds. It is instant cast with a global cooldown, so as you can see here, it does an initial 200 potency, and it also heals for 200 potency as a regen over time. This is similar to the OG regen from White Mage. Make sure you keep this on your target on the main tank mostly, or on yourself or your chocobo if you're out on the field. At level 36, we get an enhanced Benefic, grants a 15% chance that your next Benefic 2 will restore critical HP, duration of 15 seconds. Let's see if I can get this. So this is pretty much non-existent, and I got it on the first try too. So next Benefic 2 will restore a critical HP, and boom. Don't use this, don't rely on it. This is not, don't rely on RNG when you're healing. You can, however, spam your Benefic 1 before the fight begins or before the raid begins to get the proc. It's pretty much the only time you would otherwise be useful. If I can get it, yeah. At a level 40, we get ourselves the redraw mechanic. It draws a different arcanum from your deck, maximum charges of 3. It is instant cast with a 30-second off global. It's pretty straightforward. You draw a card, you don't have the one you need, you redraw. You get to do this 3 times, and it holds 3 charges, so go ahead and redraw as you want. The rotation for Astrologian at this level mostly revolves around you drawing cards, maintaining your tank's health bar, and also the rest of the party members. But you now also have the Spected Benefic. You should keep that on the tank constantly at all times. Make sure this does not fall off of them, because that means that it allows you to DPS more often, basically. The redraw mechanic is just there to make sure that you keep buffs on the intended targets. So if you have a buff on the melee, which is the arrow, if you got another arrow, just go ahead and swap a Dragoon and a Summoner. You just use the arrow on the Dragoon. You got another arrow, go ahead and redraw, get a ranged buff, and go ahead and apply that to the Summoner. Other than that, the rotation is pretty much similar, if not identical, to the level 30. With that, let's jump to a dungeon example. Alrighty, welcome everyone. This is going to be a dungeon example for Astrologian 40. I believe this is Cutter's Cry. Yeah, it's the only dungeon, like I mentioned before, in Hawk's Manor. It's the only dungeon I can actually go before, going above and beyond. So Diurnal Effect, regen, the tank, and it's the same as level 30. I'm going to extend this video a bit longer than it has to be, mostly because I want to get the commercial incentive. Otherwise, I wouldn't even bother with this stuff. Let me put light speed. If there's too many ads, just completely ignore dots. Just focus on doing damage and focus on healing. You'll see later on that once we have way too many enemies, like, we're going to completely ignore applying dots. You apply dots on the go, but once you are stationary, the tank just hunkers down. Just completely ignore it. Okay, regen. Lucid. Apply the dot to the Dragoon once he's in sight. There he is. Okay, 3 targets. Watching for that regen timer. There's not much else. We're starting to get to the point where these super ethers are going to become essential, especially if you are bad at maintaining mana. But I will try to make Astrologian not essentially like the most adept, the most efficient possible in terms of DPSing and healing, but more so easy to use. Because this is the hardest healer in the game. Mind you that, this is the hardest healer. It's a pretty slow ramp up right now, but it will get much worse later on. Much worse. There it is. Okay, let me get that card. Another one for the red mage. Oh, I got aggro there. Applied on the red mage. Lucid. Dot. Keep an eye on Essential Dignity for the tank. The tank is doing a fantastic job. Yeah, there we go. Get my card again. Let me shuffle that. Try to get a melee. This is pretty much the only reason I would use this. You don't really need to use it. I call it the shuffle. The redraw. There's no incentive for shuffling, but you may as well do it so you can give buffs to everyone. Between spells, if you're casting an instant spell, try to cast 2 off globals. I'm not focusing too much on the optimization of off globals right now. We're going to start jumping into that stuff once we hit level 50 plus. Use it on the red mage. You can use that in combat or out of combat. It really doesn't matter too much right now. Just make sure they are nearby so they can start DPSing. Reapply regen. Just make sure that regen is on them constantly. That means that you can DPS more often, like I mentioned before. Let's use that on the Dragoon. I think I read a message that if it's blue, if the outline, the rim of the card is blue, it's for melee, and if it's, I believe, red, it's for ranged. I think that is a thing. I don't really focus too much on that. I'm looking more into the off globals than anything else. I don't think I need to buff anyone. I think I can hold on to this one. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's pretty much it. We will talk on the more detailed stuff later on, but for now it's basically around regen and shuffle, which I didn't even use a whole lot of it in this one. Toss that over there. Toss this here. So I will talk more emphasis into off global priorities at level 50. Oh, let me get that off of me. For now, it's just basically healing 101. Ouchai. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Okay, ascend. Always keep an MP potion available, just in case. Essential Dignity. That tops him off. Amazing. It's like a mini benediction. For DPS, that is. Okay, goes on the melee. Another melee, so we're going to shuffle. I try to always give my DPS a fair share of card buffs. Alright. Oh, let's get away from the center. Oh yeah, that hit me. Let's give that to the red mage. Let's remove that. Let's get into melee range so I can hit everybody with the heal. Okay, put a regen on the tank. Shuffle for a melee card. Here it is. And there goes that. Alright, well with that is pretty much Astrologian up to level 40. As with all 40 guides of mine, they're pretty flushed out. Not a whole lot going on, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, we'll see you next time. Hello world, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe here. You can also donate if you're interested in supporting the channel. There's some more content for you to watch on the right side. If you're interested in joining my FC, the Tempest Talons, the info is in the top left. I'm mostly taking invites from my YouTube channel subs. And as always, y'all take care and good luck out there.